All right, so you spend all this time and energy building your crypto portfolio, right? You've got the best security, the hardware wallets, the whole nine yards. But have you ever stopped to think about what happens to all of it when you're, well, not around anymore? It's a really important question because without a solid plan, that digital legacy you've built could just disappear. So, yeah, let's dive right into this. Just look at this number for a second, 4 million. That's the number of Bitcoin, just Bitcoin, that experts estimate is already lost forever. We're talking billions upon billions of dollars that are just, poof, gone, completely inaccessible. And this really hits the nail on the head. Lost. Forever. See, this isn't like finding an old savings bond in your grandpa's attic or your family claiming a forgotten bank account. Nope. With crypto, when it's gone, it's gone. It's like it's been launched into a digital black hole. And that's exactly the problem we're going to tackle today. We're going to make sure this doesn't happen to you.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the size of the problem. Then, we'll get into crypto's big paradox, that double-edged sword. After that, we'll build out your inheritance blueprint, figure out how to pass on the keys, touch on the legal stuff, and wrap it all up with an action plan you can literally start this weekend. Sound good? Let's go.
All right, Section 1, the billion-dollar problem. Let's really get into why your crypto is in a totally different league of risk when it comes to this stuff.
So think about it this way. With your regular bank account or stocks, there's always a record somewhere, right? Institutions, courts, they can step in and help your family get access. But with crypto, it's the Wild West. There's no central bank, no customer service hotline to call and say, hey, my relative passed away. If you don't have the keys, that money is just gone. It's as simple and as brutal as that.
And that leads us straight into this kind of tricky paradox, what I like to call crypto's double-edged sword. It's all about how the very thing that keeps your assets safe can also become a trap.
You know all those security measures you've set up? Your crazy long passwords, that hardware wallet you keep in a safe, all the 2FA codes? They're brilliant at keeping hackers and thieves out. I mean, they're designed to do just that. But here's the catch. Without a specific plan, those same defenses will lock out your own family if something happens to you. It's the ultimate security paradox.
So what do you do? I mean, that's the real question, isn't it? How do you create a system that's a fortress while you're here, but has a secret door for your family when you're not? Well, that's what we're going to build right now. Let's get into the solution.
Okay, let's build your inheritance blueprint. The foundation of this whole thing is creating one single master document. Think of it as the ultimate treasure map for your family.
Now, your blueprint means to have 5 things, super straightforward. 1, an inventory. Just list out everything you own. 2, all your wallet and exchange info. You know, what kind of wallets, which exchanges, and so on. 3, the physical locations. Where are your hardware wallets? Where are the backups? Be specific. 4, and this is maybe the most crucial part, write down step-by-step instructions. And I mean, write them for someone who has never heard of Bitcoin. Make it foolproof. And finally, number 5, a list of important contacts. A lawyer, a friend who gets crypto, someone they can call for help.
All right, now for the big one, passing on the keys. This is the most delicate dance you're going to do, because we have to figure out how to give your family access to your seed phrases without making yourself vulnerable right now.
So this chart gives you a pretty good overview of your choices. You've got things like just storing it directly, which is easy, but not very secure. A step up is leaving sealed instructions with your lawyer. Now, if you want to get more serious, you can do something called split storage. That's literally splitting your seed phrase into, say, 3 parts and giving one to your spouse, one to your lawyer, and one in a safe deposit box. For top-tier security, there's Multi-Sig, which is like a bank vault that needs 2 different keys to open. You hold one, your heir holds another. As you can see, the more secure you get, the more complex it gets. It's all about finding the right balance for you.
And just a couple of quick, practical things to remember. For your hardware wallet, yeah, they'll need the PIN. But please, please emphasize that the seed phrase is the real key to the kingdom. That's the ultimate backup. If you have crypto on exchanges, your family will probably have to go through a whole process with customer support, death certificates. It can be a real headache. Which brings me to a little pro tip. Honestly, using self-custody wallets makes this whole inheritance thing so much simpler. You're in control, not some company.
Okay, so you've got the tech side sorted. Now, we've got to make it official. Let's talk about the legal side of things.
Here are the main documents you'll need to think about. First, your will. You have to explicitly mention your digital assets in it. A trust can be great for larger portfolios because it gives you way more control. And don't forget a power of attorney. This is super important if you're ever unable to manage your own affairs. Finally, a simple letter of instruction is a great way to give your executor some informal, practical advice.
Now listen up, because this is probably the most important piece of advice I can give you here. You cannot just go to any old estate attorney. You have got to find someone who actually understands digital assets. This is a whole new world, and you need a lawyer who gets it. Someone who won't look at you with a blank stare when you say private key. I know. We've gone through a ton of information, and it might feel a little overwhelming, but it's not. We can break this down into a simple plan you can literally start this weekend to get your wealth protected. Here you go. This is your weekend project. 6 simple steps. 1. Document everything you own and where it is. 2. Write those crystal clear instructions. 3. Pick your seed phrase method and actually set it up. 4. Store your whole plan somewhere safe. 5. Get your will updated. And 6. Maybe the hardest part, talk to your family. Let them know that a plan exists. That's it. This checklist is what protects all your years of hard work.
And that's a wrap. You've officially completed our whole series on security and tax. You seriously have the tools now to not just build and protect your wealth, but to make sure it becomes generational wealth. That's huge.
So I'll leave you with this one last thought. You've done an amazing job securing your wealth from hackers and thieves, but now it's time to ask yourself the big question: is your legacy secure?